You need knee pads, and the way you should we talk about the Alka-Seltzer?
Please.
The way you foam at the mouth is you put a half of a tablet of Alka-Seltzer in your mouth and you drink a very small amount of water and it will foam up like crazy. Don't do this at home.
You also have made people cry recently, though. I'm going a little lighter now. On the set of Evil.
Yes. I mean,
It's been your job to make them cry.
yes, it has been. Well, it's been my job to be a mischief maker, a troublemaker, and a facilitator of a lot of violence and demon-oriented mayhem. It's done in a light spirit.
It's actually true.
It is kind of. I mean,
it is.
the show is funny that way. It's full of horror, bloodshed,
Right.
and murder, and possession, all of that, and yet it's funny. Honestly, I wouldn't survive it if it wasn't funny. I always, but I try to find the humor in whatever I'm doing.
Like the humor in the siren
Right.
when we're recording an interview? The sounds of New York City. So back to Evil, as we were talking about. So speaking of which, you have some very interesting things that you need to do now as Evil has continued over multiple seasons, and it seems to be a little more physical in nature as you go on.
Yeah.
What did you do on set yesterday?
Well, yesterday I took a transfusion of a youth serum that I invented, but it had been poisoned by my enemy, and I started foaming at the mouth and had to crawl across the floor in my character's apartment, and then my enemy came. I was incapacitated and couldn't move. My enemy came and tried to cut my throat, but a demon crept up behind my enemy and hit her over the head and rendered her unconscious. So we shot that about 25 times. It was a lot. You need knee pads, and the way you should we talk about the Alka-Seltzer?
Please.
The way you foam at the mouth is you put a half of a tablet of Alka-Seltzer in your mouth and you drink a very small amount of water and it will foam up like crazy. Don't do this at home.
And you ate something interesting the other day on set too, right?
Yeah, I had to kill a demon, and for reasons that you'll discover if you watch it. It was important that I cut out the demon's heart and feed on it. And that's an interesting way to spend the day, and of course you have to do it a number of times.
Is it a real heart, Michael?
It's not a real heart, but it looks pretty real, and you know, it's covered in the usual body slime and little fatty deposits, blood, loads of blood.
Speaking of body slime, can you tell everybody what the baby's vomit is made of?
Oh yeah, well there's some business with demon babies in the season, and one of the things a demon baby does is projectile vomits all the time, among other things. And so if you have to recreate that on stage, you do it with green pea soup in a gun that has an air compressor attached to it, and it blasts pea soup in your face or on your clothes or what have you. In my case, I got some in my ear, and it takes days to really feel like you've cleaned it out, all in a day's work.
It's an interesting life.